The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is Swoosh and John Doe.
Hello.
Hello.
And, well, the biggest thing that's been going on to this week is undoubtedly the Game Awards. We've got to get a quick little bit of news out of the way before we can get into that, which is an update on the situation with the Completionist and the Open Hands Foundation.
Yay! Did they actually give a response?
We haven't actually had a response from the family yet,
Okay.
but they have donated the money.
Nice, so they showed receipts?
Have they gone through and donated
came out,
all of the money? Or is it just, okay, we're just going to donate something to say we've done something?
They, according to a press release from the foundation that they submitted it to, they donated $600,000.
Nice! Alright, cool. So, most of it, I think.
I think there was 650,000 was in the account.
Yeah.
I don't have more information than that.
Yeah. I'm saying that they just said, yeah, no, they've done
there
around this much.
There is an official press release from the foundation they donated to.
Nice.
Stating specifically that they got $600,000.
That's it. That's good. I like the fact
well,
that
at least
it's
they've
actually
done
happened.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, step one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is the lowest of the steps they needed to
Yeah, it's still a matter of, like, this should have been done a while ago, but well done. You've done the first step to getting trust back.
Yeah.
But, I don't see that foundation lasting much longer.
Oh, no, that I'm pretty sure once all the, whatever the, IRS equivalent for that sort of thing is in the States, they'll, they're probably pretty fun.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if the IRS themselves are getting involved with it just for the sake of, like, the amount of people that have anonymously gone look into this to so many government agencies. I don't imagine they're going to be able to get through that for years.
Yeah, so we'll still got to wait and see about all the final fallout, but a little good news, the money does exist, because I know a lot of people are getting a little like, is the money even a thing?
Yeah.
Did it spend and you're just saying it's there? Well, apparently they had enough money lying around to do the full 600,000 donation.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that people started questioning for a while was about the golf tournaments as well. Because that's where funds weren't matching up, but that's something for, like, the government to look into and deal with. Like, not worth speculating on.
Nah.
Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully it's enough
like,
to
honestly,
avoid jail time, but it's still a fucking hell of a black mark against
I kind of hope the completionist didn't know. It's hard to say, like, he probably didn't know. He probably knew something, but not the full extent. It could have just been his family running a racket and using him as a face, but
who knows?
Yeah,
we don't have more information.
No idea. We can hope, but at the same time, it's not the first YouTuber to see fall from grace. So
yeah. So we'll just have to kick back and we'll update you when we get something else substantive. But, positives are positives. And given the fact that most of the time we start an episode with, here's the layoffs for the week, I'd rather start it with a large donation to a charity that needs it.
That's good.
So, Game Awards.
Yes, that thing that we were looking forward to.
So, shall we just go through all of the awards, the least interesting bit before we get to the
I think
trailers?
Just throw that out before we hit the rest of the meat and potatoes.
We'll go with the broccoli first, and then we'll move on to the main dish.
So, like...
Yes.
There is, like, some obvious massive winners through this whole fucking thing, though.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm just going to go down the list and just hit off who won each category.
Yeah.
So, Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. We all fucking called it.
Oh, yeah,
no. That one was fucking getting it.
That was an easy money bet.
Yeah. Best Game Direction went to Alan Wake 2. I'm not surprised by that.
I mean, yeah.
I've seen a bit of it.
It's Alan Wake. It was guaranteed, that one. Like,
and Remedy's got a pretty good hand for, like, doing some really weird and twisted things with visuals and setup and all that kind of stuff.
That they do.
Best Narrative went to Alan Wake 2. I mean, we said it was going to be between Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate. Art Direction went to Alan Wake 2. Best Score and Music went to Final Fantasy.
Which...
Not that surprised.
I'm surprised it wasn't Hi-Fi Rush, but Final Fantasy does have some very nice music.
Well, I mean, Hi-Fi Rush then won Best Audio Design.
Yeah. And honestly,
So-
I still listen to some of the Final Fantasy game soundtracks. They're fucking good.
And I think the difference you'll find with Hi-Fi Rush and Final Fantasy with those two categories is Best Score is just music outside of the game,
Yeah.
whereas Best Audio is for in-game audio
Yeah.
and sound design, and the music's a lot more diegetic in Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's
So
a
it actually
rhythm-based
does
game.
make
It
more
has
sense.
to be like the design for it has to sort of be on point. The whole game
Yeah.
runs at a certain beat point, whereas score is an overarching soundtrack. It's
Pretty
completely
much.
understand for it.
Best Performance went to the Vampire from Baldur's Gate 3.
I am kind of annoyed that it didn't, like, the narrator didn't get a mention. I love her, like, stuff on that one.
Yeah. I would highly suggest, if you haven't looked up the narrator outtakes from Baldur's Gate 3, they are so funny.
I found her TikTok by accident, and it's one of my favorite things, because it's just little bits of the outtakes and stuff. Also, I never actually got much of the Baldur's Gate for Neil Newbon, I think his name is, the
Neil
vampire,
Newbon.
because I wasn't simping for him, and I ended up killing him quite often. So, yeah,
Games with Impact went to Tachia.
I don't know.
I don't even know that game.
I mean, that's the category where when I read it off, we thought I was trying to summon something.
That's right.
The best ongoing game went to Cyberpunk 2077.
Fair.
Best indie game went to Sea of Stars.
Haven't played.
Neither have I. Best debut indie game went to Cocoon.
Cocoon.
Best mobile game went to Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Community support went to Baldur's Gate 3.
I mean, like, I'm kind of surprised Cyberpunk didn't get that one, because they really fixed their own image.
Yeah,
after
they
that one,
did, but
Um,
it's like more like what they've immediately done for the community, not just fix their game. So the amount of mod support,
fair.
the amount of communicating with the community of what they're going to do.
That's the big one from for Baldur's Gate. Because,
makes sense,
like,
yeah.
If you added the studio, you got a response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they were right there talking with the community the whole time. So I'm really not surprised to see them win Best Community Support.
That's fair.
Best VR AR game went to Resident Evil Village. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
good game to begin with, so VR was an easy dub.
Definitely.
Innovation and accessibility went to Forza Motorsport. I mean, we discussed it. We don't really use accessibility features when we play games, so
I mean,
we're
they
not
are
particularly
literally
versed.
they're literally not for us. Like, this is not something we can really weigh in on.
So if I ever need it,
best-
I'm looking forward to Forza Motorsport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Best action game went to Armored Core 6: Fires of the Rubicon. I'm really actually quite happy that won that category, although it was easy. It was like any other category that involves Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're up against Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2, it's like none of these stand a candle to Armored Core 6.
Agreed.
Best action adventure game went to Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I personally disagree with that, but
Look, I love Zelda, but at the same time, I kind of wish that had gone to Star Wars. I really enjoyed Survivor.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Star Wars, Resident Evil 4 more than I enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom, and the only two that I hadn't played were Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man 2.
We'll put it this way, I finished Star Wars Survivor. I still haven't finished Tears of the Kingdom.
There you go.
I didn't even get Tears of the Kingdom. After that, like, Breath of the Wild, and just Tears of the Kingdom looked like it should have been a DLC.
I think it definitely had enough content to be a second game, but it just supplants Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So if you have played Breath of the Wild, it doesn't feel as interesting. But if you've never played Breath of the Wild, don't. Just buy Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
You'll be
I
getting
didn't
a
even
better
finish
game.
like Breath of the Wild. I lost interest in that.
Well, there you go.
So,
Yeah, you'll never get into
No.
Tears of the Kingdom then. Best RPG went to Baldur's Gate 3. Shock horror.
I still find it funny Starfield even got a fucking nomination for that one.
yeah, no way in fuck was it going to
You're right. Best fighting game went to Street Fighter 6. Hey, that's exactly what we thought was going to win.
Yep.
I mean, fighting's in the name. Like, if they hadn't
think-
won that, just fuck.
I mean, it was between them and Mortal Kombat 1, and mostly
Yeah.
because they're Evo staples.
Yeah, definitely.
Best family game went to Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I've actually since started playing Wonder. It's a pretty chill, fun game.
Yeah.
I'm actually really not surprised that won that, especially with the up to 4-player co-op support.
It's one of those things where like Mario Brothers just do well for family games. Like that's been their niche for so long.
Actually had they did a thing that I think is actually really cool. When you start up, you pick a character to play, and if you pick Mario, Luigi, Peach, or Daisy, you get the normal game experience. If you pick any of the Yoshis or Nebbit, you can't take damage.
Huh. Okay.
So only like infinite death pits can kill you.
Nice.
So that's really handy for playing with young children or people that don't normally play video games.
Yeah.
As they said for, was it Borderlands 2, they had that character that was pretty much just throw a turret out girlfriend mode,
Genji.
which they caught a whole heap of flack about. Like, makes it easier for people who don't normally play games to sit down and enjoy your hobby, or for young children, or for anything. That's a pretty cool feature.
It's also for those like families where it's like let your brother play with you. Like, you know,
Instead of
hand
giving
them
me
a
a controller that
controller.
isn't
All
plugged
right,
in.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you can give him a controller. That does work, but hand him one where the character just can't die.
Yeah. Basically,
Because
they can't
also, if
impact
you're
your shit.
If you're playing in multiplayer, when you quote-unquote die in these Mario games, you go into a little bubble and they can pop you and drop you back in. It just means that they won't die to a Goomba all the time.
Yeah.
They have to fall down a pit. So, yeah, I'm not surprised they got Best Family Game.
Yeah, definitely.
Best Sports Racing went to Forza. I still wish that had been Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Yeah, no, that would have been fucking great.
Best Sim Strategy Game, that ended up going to Pikmin 4, but, like, that category was really weird.
That honestly just felt like a miscellaneous category. It's like, we can't fit these guys other places, so... Simulated and strategy?
Best multiplayer game went to Baldur's Gate 3. I'm actually a little surprised by that.
Me too. I would have thought that would go to either Super Mario Bros. Or Street Fighter.
Yeah, same here.
Still haven't played Baldur's Gate in multiplayer, so I'd actually be curious to see how that does play.
I haven't either, but I tend to play things like that, like deep RPG games on my own, so I can take as long as I want staring at a brick wall.
Yeah, which I do quite often in those games.
Yeah, I know, right? So I don't tend to play the multiplayer, so I don't think of them as multiplayer titles.
Yeah.
But, I mean, apparently a lot of people did, and did play it that way, and had a great time, so, you know, bully for Baldur's Gate.
And everything after that is nothing but...
yeah, we get into the, you know, content creator, esport athlete, you know, things we didn't care about when we were doing the rundown.
Yeah.
I think the only two, like, they had the most anticipated game was the
Final Fantasy
VII Rebirth, and I'm not surprised by that. That community's pretty fucking rabid.
It is,
and The Last of Us
also
did
one of my
win
least
the best
anticipated
adaptation.
games. It's one I really don't give a fuck about.
I was much more in for Hades 2.
Yeah.
Or Star Wars Outlaws.
Or, I was about to say, Star Wars Outlaws. I want to see that robot fuck. Best adaptation, which went to The Last of Us. I don't think any of us are going to really disagree with that.
Greatest adaptation from a game in any media, in my opinion. Like,
yeah.
fucking great.
And then they had the category that was just open to the community. Vote for whatever game you fucking want. And Baldur's Gate 3 won.
Yeah, who'd have thought, right?
So that's all the poignant things from the Game Awards, from all the awards that were actually given out by Keighley with all their little trophies.
Yay, trophies!
Now let's get into the good shit. Let's watch some trailers and react.
Excellent.
I will link this playlist if I can figure out how in the show notes. But if I can't figure it out, we went on to ING's YouTube page and they have a playlist called the Game Awards 2020.
There's a link here to share,
we'll try and properly.
We'll have it sorted out.
Yeah, I'll sort it out. So, first, we may as well get started. First one is the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla reveal trailer.
I'm fucking keen. I love God of War.
It's DLC.
I was really hoping this would come with a PC release date.
Yeah.
I know. When I saw God of War at the start, I'm like, are they going to skip their stupid release cycle?
No. Alright, like, even DLC would still be good. Like,
the problem I have is it looks more like it's just like a roguelike challenge dungeon thing.
yeah.
Not like big content.
Look, it's also a very short trailer. It doesn't show a lot apart from some combat.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like if I hadn't had my when this gets a PC release and all this content's together in one package, I'll probably camp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a free DLC, so we don't have to pay anything for it, which is fucking great.
Yeah, but I don't really want to bust out the PS4 again to play it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm just not that invested to go in for a little bit of a roguelite experience. If
Yeah.
I was playing the game right now, I'd probably camp more.
Yeah.
Next trailer?
Yeah.
So this one's for Exodus, which I'm, like, the trailer doesn't tell you dick shit
Yeah,
about
there's
what's going on.
It's got
There's
Matthew
Rubens,
McConaughey
they
in
appear
it.
to be angry.
Hey.
Sorry?
It's
True.
got Matthew McConaughey in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a very, like, hard sci-fi vibe. I'm very interested in whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, like the enemy robots do look pretty cool. I will give them that. Like, it's a nice design.
Yeah.
It feels like some of the screens in this feel very Destiny.
Yeah, definitely.
But, you know, by a company that might make something good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it looks half as good as it does in the trailer, then this will be a decent game.
It looks
Yeah,
like
I mean,
a straight
you
out
don't-
2-player co-op shooter.
Yeah.
Though whether it's an
I
extraction
don't-
shooter or not, I'll be curious.
I mean, I don't know because, like, you know, by the end of the trailer, the dude's alone.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's a straight RPG, like, storyline kind of thing, but...
Yeah, like, I was getting kind of, like, kind of Mass Effect-y vibes.
It looks very Mass Effect-y, but just... Yeah, I'm getting co-op shooter feels mainly because there's two primary characters that keep going backwards and forwards. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you get to the tail end of the trailer where it actually starts showing gameplay, it's a team of 3.
They might do, what is it? The switch between method that they did for GTA 5.
No, it looks like
again,
an on-rail, like, not really on rails, but A to B shooter. You're running a track.
Yeah.
Ah, fair.
Well, I have to say,
Yeah.
it's just a reveal trailer. We don't really know a lot, right?
Yeah.
Next trailer, which
Ark
is
Knights.
Ark Knights Enfield.
I don't think I've played any of the Arknight stuff.
I know I haven't.
It looks like your typical JRPG fare.
Yeah. I was about to say, it's JRPG to the core. Could be good, could be not. I don't know.
If you're into JRPGs,
I have
hey.
I mean, I have a very changeable relationship with JRPGs. Sometimes they're all I ever want to play, and
Yeah.
other times I'm like, I cannot stand these things.
Yeah.
I do the
at all.
exact same thing. I'll go through that weird transition of, I want to play a JRPG again. Then halfway through, I was like, this is why I stopped playing them. They're so very wordy.
Next trailer is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake, which I don't understand why exists.
It only came out
Because
a
this
few years
wasn't a
ago,
very
I thought.
old... Yeah, it's not
yeah.
old enough for a remake yet.
I think you can get it on Steam. Let me see when it came out.
I mean, it does look very pretty.
Look, the visual overhaul is amazing. I'm not going to pretend it isn't, but I just don't think of the game as being that old or that, like, it's not like impossible to play or get running. Is kind of my point. What is it? Damn it! I literally just said it. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons.
But this is like a remake, not just an overhaul. So they must have gone through and redone a lot of stuff.
You'd hope.
I mean, a lot of people interchangeably use the phrases remake and remaster,
Which is annoying, but yeah, I understand why they
Okay,
do it
so the game
sometimes.
came out. The original Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons came out in 2013.
Okay,
But I
so
can go on
10
Steam
years ago.
right now and pick. Yeah,
But you can still play
but I
it
can go on
without
Steam
much effort.
right now,
Yeah,
and it's only $20,
which
So,
is pretty good.
I don't get the point of the remake.
The
No.
point is money.
Probably.
I mean, yeah, but okay, whatever, guys.
Yeah.
You do you. If you want to make it, you want to make it. Next up is Windblown, which just looks like some kind of top-down hack and slash, very colorful, probably co-op.
It's from the guys who made Dead Cells, so I'm assuming it's gonna be a roguelite.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do.
Yeah, and it looks really fun actually. Like,
Look, Dead Cells was fantastic. It did take him a little time to get it all the way to where it needed to be.
It hits the same beats as well. Like, it's fast movement. It's
looks
all that
very
kind
like
of stuff.
yeah,
Dead Cells is very
top
cool.
down hack and slash.
Although the kind of the thing that kind of weirds it out though is the super cutesy visuals, hyper violence.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. But I'll probably pick this one up if it's relatively cheap.
I'm actually pretty interested to check that one out.
But yeah, no, the hyper-violent trailer is fucking great. I love it.
Next up is Pony Island 2 Panda Circus. Look, the original Pony Island just got kind of weird cult status. I don't particularly appreciate what it did.
I don't think I ever played it.
There's a vote. It's like a 2D style thing, really lo-fi graphics. Some of the ways to solve puzzles are literally hacking the game.
Yeah.
It's look, there's going to be an audience for it, and they're probably really jamming now that they're getting another one. I can't say I can muster much enthusiasm. It wasn't my thing the first time. I don't think it'll be my thing the second time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those experimental things that I guess could be interesting, but it's not my jam at all.
Yeah. Next up is a Dave the Diver and Dredge crossover.
The weird thing is, I loved Dredge. It's a very fun and chill horror game. It's not quite a horror game, but more of a
I only
creepy
just
game.
started playing Dave the Diver on my Switch. I never got around to picking it up, and
That feels like the perfect place to play Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think one of our mates, Angry, has sunk a lot of time into Dave the Diver, and I've sunk a lot of time into Dredge, so by the powers combined, it could be a decent game, to be honest.
Right.
They do kind of complement each other.
I think it's going to be more like DLC, but, it's a cool crossover.
Yeah.
Next trailer is World of Goo 2!
Yay, we're finally getting more World of Goo!
So hyped for this, because I played the original World of Goo, and that game is so
we
good.
we had to play this at uni.
Yeah, it was great. Because I think this came out when we were in our halfway through our first year.
What Mike?
Your first year, because it was my second year, 'cause
Yeah.
it was 2008.
And if you haven't played the first World of Goo, do it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's an amazing game.
Little
you can pick it
puzzle
up,
game.
again, literally $20, and you can get World of Goo, and it is really, really, really good.
So it's been 15 years or something. It's good game.
So I'm really happy to see that we're getting another one of those.
I think most of us had resigned to the fact that we were never going to see more of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Though it also
yeah.
isn't a game I'd really thought about all that much. Just I've played it. It was amazing. I never thought not something I was expecting to see again.
Well, the studio who made it went on to start making lots of other little experimental things. So it was cool. They're just going to keep iterating and doing strange things, and then they sort of disappeared. So it's really cool to see them back and with World of Goo again.
Yeah.
Next one is Harmonium the Musical, which I think is not a game I'm probably going to play, but I think the target audience is going to fucking love it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it stars a deaf protagonist who uses sign language and all that, and it seems to really try and speak to those sort of people's life experiences. I can't relate.
Yeah, it's not something that I can directly relate to, but the visuals look very nice. The character design and a bunch of other stuff is good.
Yeah.
Surely
I
this
very
game
expressive.
next year has to be in the running for fucking accessibility features. Surely.
Yes, definitely.
It looks really good. Like I said, I don't know if I want to play this game, but I definitely think the group who it's actually trying to serve, and what is it that everyone deserves to see themselves on the screen.
Yeah.
I think people who are deaf are probably going to be really interested in this.
Listening to the songs in
they'll
this
probably-
and how, looking at how this plays, feels very older Disney movie. Not
It
one that's
kinda
been
does,
released
yeah.
the last 10 years previous to that. Early 2000s Disney
Yeah.
movie.
And I think that would be all that would probably get me over the line on actually maybe checking it out to play. It'd probably be more likely to check this out on Twitch.
Yeah.
and let someone else play it and just sort of experience the story. But yeah, that looks really cool. Like I said, I think whatever group that's directly targeting, they're going to be well served from that. But that's just a guess from the trailer.
Yeah.
Next one is Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, which sounds like the worst way to play an Assassin's Creed
It
game.
really does. Like, that's gonna cause some fucking damage to people's living rooms and their knees.
And
Like,
their
motion
inner ear
sickness.
trying to keep balance.
yeah,
Like, just the
fuck.
movement of this.
I'm not okay with it. And I like VR,
Yeah.
but I'm looking at this just going, nah, that's just gonna make me vomit.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm guaranteeing this hasn't gone through QR very well because, like, it would have been just so many people being like, guys, no, please.
The problem is, it probably went through QR a bunch, but the thing is, if you're the kind of people who QR VR games, you're probably pretty used to doing a lot of stuff in VR.
Yeah, you're not going to get that motion sickness.
To quote Uppers Not Jump, you kind of develop legs.
Yeah.
So you get really used
It's
to the
been
way
advertised
VR feels.
on my Facebook feed. It came up quite a bit in that, and all the videos are literally just the bloke sitting there, flicking the hidden blade out and putting it back in, and out and back in, and out and back in, and that's the only gameplay I've seen for the entire fucking thing. I was like, apparently it's a hidden blade simulator. Cool.
Next game is Big Walk, which just kind of seems like a chill game for friends.
Just listen to it. It's set in Australia.
Yeah, you can hear the kookaburras.
Like, a little bit of me kind of wants to pick it up just to wander around and enjoy some bush scenery.
Yeah.
I think they, just because they assumed people would get it, they didn't call it Walkabout.
Yeah. Which is a shame, but like, this could be fun just to run around and do little puzzly things and find some hidden shit.
Like, I don't know how much of this is, like, player created or driven, or, like, there are just weird things to find,
It's
but, like...
weird because, like, the scenery looks,
curious.
like, not hyper-realistic, but realistic enough. And then there's just blocks thrown in it.
Cartoony stuff, yeah.
And weird blobby noodle people.
Aren't we all just blobby noodle people?
I mean, I eat a lot of noodles.
It looks like blobby people thrown into Far Cry.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, it's strange.
But there's something about it that's just, I don't know, appealing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'd buy it and then I'd play it just to be like, I don't want
That's something
today.
I'll wait and find in a Humble Bundle.
Definitely. Yeah.
But once I get it in that Humble Bundle, it'll be like, oh, fuck yeah. Next up is the Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga trailer. I'm not super sure how I feel about this. Because I love the first Hellblade.
Yeah, first one is amazing.
Jank and all. Because, and this is just a personal thing, I actually have mental psychosis. I have perceptual and audible hallucinations. So, being able to show people, like, this kind of is what happens to me.
Yeah.
The way that the voice, like, you play that game with surround sound, do not, preferably headphones. Don't play it with mono sound, you'll lose the entire effect of the game. But it's a really personal story to Senua, and a lot of the stuff you see, there's a big question about whether it's just Senua losing it, or if it's actually happening. This one seems a lot more like these things are happening, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Because it was that weird sort of mix of someone's own, like, she's just lost her partner, and, you know, within her grief and anguish and mental state, this whole strange adventure happened. So I'm just kind of curious as to, like, what this is I'm gonna play it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love the first one, I love the studio who made it, but I'm more like, I don't know what I'm getting into
Looking
here.
at it, looks like it's going to play a little more like God of War.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily
It doesn't have the feel that first game had. Like, I'll play it to see how it actually feels playing, but that first game was a visceral experience. Like,
Hopefully it's not just a sequel for the sake of having a sequel. Yeah. But no, that's
Alright. I mean, technically the next thing in this playlist is just a performance of the songs from Senua's Saga, sorry. And it's a pretty cool little sequence, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not what we're here to do. So the next actual trailer is Kemery. I think it's Kemery?
Camry. Bloody
Steve.
Toyota Camry. Hey.
Yeah.
And this trailer doesn't give off shit. It's just a really cool, stylish
may
trailer.
as well be an anime. Like, looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering it's a lot of parkour-y stuff, maybe it's like a Mirror's Edge kind of feel to it, but...
I have this horrible feeling it's going to turn into another squad-based battle royale.
Oh god, I hope not. Like, it looks pretty cool. You see all, like, the Oni and, like, the demons at the end. Looks pretty fun. But...
We'll just have to wait and see. Again, it's just a reveal trailer.
Yeah. Reveal trailers are always hard to, like, narrow down.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what is this? Is it an action-adventure, or is it a Bejeweled clone? Who knows?
Well, I mean, like, a good example of that, though, is the next reveal trailer with No Rest for the Wicked. That gives you actually a pretty good vibe what you're getting into. Because, like, one, those visuals are tasty. I like what they're doing. There's sort of, like really good realistic lighting and smoke with, like, this kind of cel-shaded look.
Yeah, like,
that's really nice.
Just enough cel shading to offset the uncanny valley in a way, and let the stylizing go through. Also, the giant demon bear thing, like...
A lot of these look
the
like
thing's
they
creepy
could be
and
like splash screens or loading screens with that slight little bit of animation, but they've got a little more depth to it. They continued on.
It's pretty good. And made by the guys who made Ori, which was, a great game.
Yeah, Ori and both of the Ori games were fantastic. And visually quite strong as well, which is probably why this thing's got such a strong art style.
Like, they've always done distinct silhouette and distinct art style.
The back end of it looks like actual gameplay, which it looks like an action platformer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty in for that. That's what I was like. Like, it's a really cool contrast having these two trailers, Kemery, and then this, because Kemery tells you dick shit, and then No Rest for the Wicked's like, here's the vibe.
Yeah.
Here's the gameplay.
A similar look down like Diablo, but just, I don't know, I like the feel of it.
Was it
on the wish list.
Third-person isometric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going on the wish list, definitely.
Yeah. Next trailer is for Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, which is the newest in the Budokai franchise.
Look, I have bought every Budokai that's come out so far because they're just fun fighting games, I swear.
Yes, they are.
So I'm probably going to pick this up, just on the fact that I can play Vegeta and beat the shit out of Yamcha. Like,
the amount of people I've had come talk to me today and be like, have you seen the new Budokai? Yes, I have seen the trailer for the new Budokai.
I love Budokai. They're great games. I wonder how long it'll take for it to come to PC, but still.
So, like, I got to admit, if you put this trailer next to almost any other Dragon Ball game trailer, I couldn't tell them apart.
Oh yeah, no, like the graphics and everything were perfected at like Budokai 3. So
Day 1 Steam, bro. You can wish list it now.
Sure, I'm in. But like, yeah, all you really get is the new abilities and powers and that kind of stuff. But
usually an updated engine that functions a little better.
Yeah. And you could always play Yamcha and kick the shit out of him. It's fine.
Next up is Rise of the Ronin, and I'm actually pretty interested in this, mostly because I like stuff by Koei Tecmo.
Yeah. What was the last thing they made? I can't remember. I do like the look of this guy's glider, though. That thing's fucking pimp. His little bird glider.
I can't remember what the last thing Koei Tecmo made was now. I just said I like this stuff, and then I'm like blank on the last thing they made.
Well, it's always the way. The second is like, what do you do for fun? Like, oh fuck, what do I do for fun? Like, when questioned, the brain gets rid of all answers.
Batman glider.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like really interestingly made. It seems a bit more, not quite realistic, but like fitting for that setting. But I'm keen. I'll probably pick this up, I think.
The last thing they did was Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things about that one, actually.
Yeah, once they got the frame rate up under control.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, that's kind of Koei Tecmo.
Yeah.
they always tend to reach a little further than they can achieve, and I at least respect them for that.
Oh yeah.
They never just go, oh, we could go to 5 and that would be fine. They're like, no, every time, it's got to be a 10.
Yeah. Which I like, but just means like you wait a couple of extra months and then pick it up.
But yeah, I'm pretty keen for that. I like the look of Rise of the Ronin. Next up is Visions of Mana.
Not gonna lie, this game looks fucking gorgeous.
Well, I mean, it's the next game, and I think is it part of Tales of Mana?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, the Mana series returns in the latest entry. Yeah, so it's another one in the Tales of in the Mana series. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting. Every time normally you see JRPG, I'm like, meh, maybe, I don't know. I would actually probably pick this one up. The Mana games have generally always been pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm like risking something by trying that one.
It's very bright and colourful and interesting, and I will probably get this, I think.
Next up is Overdose.
This is a fucking
Which is the
trip
new one
of a
from-
trailer.
This is Kojima's new one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even
Ah,
know
this
what
is
this
fucking
game...
trailer.
This is like when the Death Stranding trailer first dropped. Like, what the fuck is this?
And we still have
No.
fucking idea.
I still don't know what Death
It's just a
Stranding
bunch
is, and
of
I've played
faces.
it.
Yeah.
So I think we may as well just slowly stagger on from that
Actually,
one.
the
next trailer.
go back towards the end of this trailer, like at about a minute 5 through it, like because all of these are done in
The
Unreal
Scream.
5.
Yeah.
Like it's all this mocap of a face looking at it, and it's like just the movement of it. Like it looks fucking pretty as like for just.
Oh yeah,
face
no, like
mocap,
these
it's like,
guys,
Jesus.
they're getting closer and closer to cracking through the uncanny valley. Like,
I would argue if anyone's gotten pretty close, it's Kojima.
Oh yeah.
yeah, like he is getting closer and closer to getting rid of that. Like one day he will find the perfect point between CG and human.
Next trailer is just the 4K version of the God of War trailer. So
Yeah.
we'll just skip over that. Next one is the trailer for Black Myth Wukong.
Yes, I'm
uh,
holding out for this fucking game.
Yeah, well, trust me, you want to see the last thing in the trailer then.
Just gonna skip through some stuff, but yeah, no, like this game looks fucking amazing at the best of times.
And it's got probably my new favorite quote about good and bad.
What's that one?
Yeah, if you watch the trailer, a child asks, are there more good people or bad people in the world? And the unknown narrator says, oh, there's more good people. And then they ask, why do bad people always win? Well, good people with no teeth don't do anything.
Yeah.
They just let evil win. What is it? The best thing to do is to be a good person who wins the world, who drowns the world in blood and then grows flowers.
Yeah. Like, honestly, everything about this game looks absolutely amazing.
Yes.
But
I cannot wait for this fucking game.
big ass turtle.
Yeah. The caterpillar's weird, the fucking multi-armed necromancer. It's just like everything's so stylish. I cannot fucking wait.
It's pretty. Yeah.
That looks like
I'm not gonna make these guys move on from this trailer. It's fucking good. I'll let them naturally finish the trailer.
it's a fucking great looking thing. Ooh. The thing is, like, even the combat stuff looks really smooth and really good, and God, I hope
Yeah, it
it's
does.
as good as it is.
Look, man, it's another one of those things where, like, if it's half of what they say it is, I think I'll have a good enough time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, I do love the like Chinese myths as well. They have some really interesting creatures and villains and demons around.
If you go to the end of the trailer,
Just about, yes. Ooh, dragon. There's a giant turtle.
yeah, there is.
that scene with like the snowy mountains in the background and the giant turtle reminds me of the fucking that God of War game that came out with the giant snake that's around everywhere. Just
You mean God of War?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a gorgeous trailer. I am keen.
But mic drop on the release date.
Yeah.
That was when I saw that. I'm like, Switch is gonna like this trailer. Not only is it for Black Myth, it has to reveal a release date.
They finally
Yeah.
tell us when we're getting it. It's like, yes, that's going in my calendar. I'm going to get this game.
It does look really good. I have been hype on Black Myth for ages,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to stop now. Next up is Jurassic Park Survival.
Alright.
I don't really know what this game is.
Alright, so considering that Jurassic Park has been doing nothing but park creation games for the past few years, I'm hoping this is a you have to get through the park and escape kind of game.
So, most of the trailer is this to me, slightly over-referential
Yeah.
CG trailer.
Yeah.
But
It has
if
the
you
ripples
skip-
and all that kind of stuff.
If you skip to about 1:50 through the trailer, you actually see gameplay.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what sort of game we're going to be playing.
It is a substantial drop in quality, but I'm hoping it's going to be a kind of like horror survival game.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, because generally I absolutely despise the game style. I kind of hope it's kind of like Outlast, but on Isla Nublar.
That could be fun, actually.
Because the thing I generally hate about most, like, you're hunted by a monster thing, is the monster doesn't make any sense. It's usually some dude who just fucking hates you for no reason.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs actually hunting you? Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I can
it
get on
does.
board with that a little more.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want that for the whole game, but, like, you know, sort of lean a little in that direction where
I would
I'm trying
like
to achieve
that-
things with dinosaurs around.
I would like that as a multiplayer extension to the game. I want an actual story of, like, someone trying to survive Isla Nublar. And, like, just getting from where you are in the island to a escape point.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But the multiplayer could just be, you guys have to hide from raptors. Have fun. One team is raptor.
I don't want there to be a multiplayer for this, because it's done by Saber Interactive,
Yeah.
and they're not the strongest studio.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to waste time on a multiplayer that won't be as good as the rest of the product.
We want them to whole ass
Particularly
one
not
good thing instead of
like an
half-assed.
asymmetrical multiplayer where there's one raptor in a squad of 3 or anything like
Yeah.
they just annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah, I hate those. That was a fun idea for one game, and then everyone did it, and it's like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Everyone did it and still no one got it right. I don't think there's one out there
The
that actually
closest-
wanted to play.
I think the closest anyone ever got, and it's the reigning goat of the genre, was Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that's it. No one else has really nailed it. Next up is the Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League trailer. By all accounts, this game actually got delayed pretty heavily to try and rip the microtransactions out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny. But it looks interesting, because it's like, it seems injustice-y in the fact that the Justice League is now evil, but...
Yeah, but they're basically just being brain controlled by Brainiac, as far as I think we know.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things that it looks very much like the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
Like,
Kinda.
it has that feel to the action of it.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, Harley Quinn using, essentially, bat tech to swing around.
Yeah.
But it does look entertaining. Do we know what kind of game it is?
Looter shooter.
Well,
Just a
from
looter shooter?
Previous game trailers showed it off as a looter shooter, but that, like, people hated it. And so it got heavily delayed to remove a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, how baked in is that stuff? How far can you really get away from that shit?
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see. Although, I think the weirdest thing about this trailer is that they used Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz for the song.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a strange one, but...
It doesn't fit at all with the trailer. Not even in a, like, you know, Mad World over Gears of War way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It feels like someone had the license to that song and they're like, fuck it, use this.
Fair.
Next up is Fortnite Rocket Racing, which is part of the what is Epic's trying to show how they can use the Fortnite engine to do lots of things instead of just Fortnite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't care. It's basically just a tech demo for fucking Epic. So,
But it's also one of those things where racing is where a game goes to die.
It looks like
very
Fortnite
few
trying to
franchises
break into the
come back.
Mario Kart market and just being added
Yeah.
to a list of games I give zero fucks about.
Pretty
but
much.
again, it's less about them trying to break into the market and more just trying to show off what you can do with the Fortnite engine, because they're pushing to set up that creator space thing for their stuff, so that like players can start making custom games inside of the Fortnite engine.
Yeah.
So this is kind of them showing off, well, look, this is what we could do with it. We took that exact engine and made a kart racer out of it.
So, trying to
It
turn
doesn't just
Fortnite
have
into
to be a
Roblox.
shooter.
Pretty much,
Pretty
yeah.
much. I think that's basically the game plan.
Because, Roblox has done so well with that and definitely has been exploiting, like, children.
Just because I don't want to... Fuck it. I mean, like, I will absolutely put in the show notes the reasons why you should just not deal with Roblox, but, you know.
Yeah. Well,
definitely.
that's a whole nother hour and a half topic of, like, fuck Roblox. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
One day we'll do
next-
the Fuck Roblox episode, but not today.
Next up is the Warframe Whispers of the Walls expansion. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on this podcast who gives a shit, but I am pretty hyped for this.
I have played Warframe before, but my monkey brain just could not understand the movement mechanics way back then, but it has changed a lot since I played, so I may pick it up.
So, like, this is the latest piece of story content. Like, I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to work a little better than the last piece of major story content they did, which I didn't enjoy as much. But, you know, who knows? But it looks good. As an avid player of the game, I am quite hyped.
I've got it installed. I just have to
next
get
up-
around to going back to playing it.
Yeah. It might kick me and John Doe in the pants and make us get back online.
Next up is Ready or Not's release trailer. Yay. It's a tactical shooter.
It looks like a tactical shooter, definitely. I don't know
Now-
what the story's going to be.
I can't remember, but isn't this the one that got in trouble for having the school shooter level?
It is.
Ah, okay, they tried doing the thing of, we're going to make something
Oh no,
really
they
fucking
did
good.
it.
Oh, they
did
did?
it.
Oh, Jesus. Did they not learn from the fucking airport level of,
No
thing?
Russian.
Yeah.
No, you're not participating in the... you're not a school shooter.
No.
You're stopping
Yeah.
one.
Oh, okay, fair.
But, like, a lot of people thought that was in poor taste. And, you know, okay,
Right.
that's fair. But, yeah, they were like, no, this is a thing that's happening in our world. We're not going to shy away from it just because you don't like it.
Fair.
Next up is Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
it's something from the same guys who made Life is Strange, so it's just going to be a weird one.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of their stuff. It's not my shtick.
I mean, we're not their audience, let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 100%. I'm
Yeah.
not the target demo, so I'm not gonna... I don't want to disparage this thing because I was never the people who were going to play it.
the animation looks nice. I don't know. It's probably not something I'll pick
Look,
up unless I see it on sale.
They have strong, distinct characters. They have great visuals. Sound quality seems pretty good. They've got a dedicated audience to purchase their stuff. Like, everything you tick off as doing well with the game is there. I'm just not the people who got it.
No.
Yeah.
Next up trailer is a live singing of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth song, so we're just going to skip on over that. Next one, actual trailer is for Marvel's Blade, which I didn't know was coming.
I didn't know that was coming at all,
And
but
Bethesda?
I'm not
And
surprised.
It's done by Arcane.
Wait, did it?
Bethesda
It says
owns
Bethesda.
Arcane.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, Bethesda owns Arcane. but Arcane's doing it. It's like, ooh, I'm actually interested because I love Arcane.
Well, I mean, like, after... Because they were trying to get a new Blade movie going, and I think Wesley Snipes was causing issues, so that kind of got put on the back burner. So maybe they were like, fuck it, game instead.
I don't know. I'm just pretty kind of interested. Like, it doesn't... Again, this is another one of those annoying things where they don't show off any gameplay.
It is just
But
a cinematic, yeah.
it looks pretty stylish.
And honestly, I like Blade as a character. Like, the comics for him are always pretty fun.
Yeah. And I actually really like his interaction with this barber.
Yeah.
You know, the barber nicks himself and starts to freak out because, you know, Blade's half vampire.
Well,
And he's just like, no, calm down, bro. Just chill.
considering
I'm
the
not gonna
last
hit you."
major vampire game that came out, it can't be any worse.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. Fuck.
What's the bar you've got to clear? Redfall.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't trip over this hole we dug and you'll be fine.
Next up is First Descendant. I think last time we saw this, it was just basically a couple of people in bodysuits, and everyone kind of started simping over one of them because it was like butt-shot bunny suit.
Yeah.
This game looks good. It looked good then, it looks good now, but I still don't really know what I'm going to do if I play it.
I mean, I have no idea what the game is,
It's
but
got
it
an
looks
alien in
very
high heels.
pretty. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm getting, what was it? The Colossus games from years ago. It could be something like that.
Yeah. I was actually getting that vibe too. The sort of Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, that's the one. Because, like, if you're
Super
versing
kinda-
something that big, that could be fun.
Don't really understand how which character we're playing. I think you're probably playing the guy. But I don't know.
As long as it's not like a weird squad thing, because I'm always wary of any game now that shows like more than one character on the screen for a trailer. Like, are you going to do a
Yeah.
squad thing?
At least there's no like weird squad like interaction.
Yeah,
That is true.
That opening like
Not doing
fight
a
scene that
division.
it shows felt very much Anthem Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So next trailer is just a crossover thing between Apex Legends and Final Fantasy. So you know,
If you like Apex Legends, you'll probably like it. They gave them the Buster Blade. Enjoy.
they gave them the costumes. Who cares? Who knows?
Yeah.
Next one is for Mecha Break, which I was really interested for when I was watching the trailer, and then I realized what it was, and now I'm not interested anymore.
What was it?
Arena-ish?
It's a 3v3, 6v6, or Battle Royale game.
Ah, come on.
It looks so pretty.
We
too.
could have had awesome mech fighting. God damn it.
I know.
Let me
Trust me,
punch
I
the
was-
Rubits.
I was crushed by it too, don't worry.
It looks
do like to
really
crush our
pretty.
dreams.
Like it looks like so
It
much
does.
fun.
No! That's why I was like, I'm watching this and I'm like, oh man, I am hyped for this. And then I checked and I'm like, no, it's a multiplayer game. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Next up is Metaphor Re-Fantasio. Because, you know, Japan can't do normal titles.
No, God, no. At least this one isn't 3 sentences long.
That is fair. That is very fair. I mean, it's another JRPG.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's very pretty looking. I always love the scenery and worlds that JRPGs have, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
It's not my... this one doesn't... Because it's done by one of the guys who did Persona.
Yeah.
So I
You
get
can
the
definitely
feeling it's
see
gonna-
that in there. Like,
Yeah.
watching this, I get the things like, yeah, that's Persona 5. And it's like, no.
So yeah, I don't think it's going to be my jam. But, you know, I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of people who like it.
There will definitely be some people.
Next up is Last Sentinel.
More Rubits.
I love this trailer, but I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is a pretty as fuck trailer.
Like, futuristic kind of Asian vibes, robots pounding through doors. It looks entertaining, so I'm assuming you're playing some kind of Rubit hybrid thing.
Don't know. The trailer doesn't really make that clear.
Yeah, like, looking at the character, they look human, but they move far too well to be human.
Yeah, but that's also, like, it's a trailer. Like, they're gonna make the main character look super dope and cool and, like, John Wick themselves through the whole encounter.
Yeah. It might just be a gun fu game, which could be interesting.
Look, I'm absolutely... Like, that's what I hope it is. I
Yeah.
really hope it's just, like, a crazy gun fu game, because I'm super into that. But the trailer gives no clarity on what it's actually going to be.
Yeah.
But, again, we're dealing with reveal trailers. But I'm interested off of that trailer. Like, you rope me in with your design. I'm on board.
It's done the thing well.
Yeah.
Next up is X-Born.
Again, I have no idea what's happening with this trailer.
Yeah, lots of fucking...
It reminds me of,
armor.
what was it? The Surge. It
Yeah.
gives me, like, the Surge vibes. Like,
Yeah. I can see that.
And, like, the Surge was pretty good.
I've really enjoyed the
So
Surge. I'm going back through the Surge
Maybe
too
it'll
at the
be like
moment.
But
Nice.
I can tell you I'm not going to play this game.
Why?
Because it's an extraction shooter.
Fuck, is it?
Yes.
God damn it!
Alright, well, that
I
one's
don't
off
want
the list.
extraction shooters. Yeah, fuck.
I know, they rope you in, it's like, oh, I am kind of getting a feel for this, I'm feeling this, and then it's like, no. It's an open world extraction shooter.
Every fucking time. They rope us in, like, they raise our hopes and dash them so dramatically.
Yeah, pretty much. Next up is the final chapter trailer for Get the Fuck Out. I've never played the base Get the Fuck Out.
Neither have I, but from the trailer, it looks pretty interesting and horror-like.
Yeah, it's always had a horror slant in the games. Yeah, I've never taken the plunge and bothered to play it, so... Yeah. Cool if you've been playing GTFO. I hope you enjoy this one.
Yeah. Hope you don't get cock-blocked at the end.
Next up is a live performance of Alan Wake 2's Song We Sing, so we'll just skip on over to Den of Wolves.
There are wolves. There is a den. I don't know what this is about, but it does look... It's like first-person shooter, but sci-fi. We're getting a lot of sci-fi stuff lately.
Which I'm pretty okay with, because I'm
Yeah.
a big sci-fi nerd.
Saying, like,
They're
we
my
had
thing.
a bunch of fantasy recently. We've got to even it out. Get some sci-fi in there.
Yeah. I mean, it looks interesting. I like the visuals. The shooting looks good, but I mean, like, there's no real excuse at this point to have shitty, sloppy shooting in your game.
There's been enough, like, quality FPSs out there with enough mechanics to say, well, this works and this doesn't. We don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, pretty much.
My issue is primarily, like, again, that last shot is just 4 guys, and it's like, is this going to be a squad heist tactic game? Do I have to rely on pugs or other people? In that case, I'm probably not going to enjoy it.
I don't...
I'm assuming it's going to be something like akin...
Yeah, you and your friends. It's
Yeah.
a multiplayer.
It's going to be a heist game. Like, Heist wasn't bad, but...
Sci-fi Payday?
It's
Yeah, Sci-Fi
no,
Payday.
it is. It's the creators of Payday are making this game.
Oh, cool. I mean, like, then it'll be done okay, I guess. But the only issue I have with those games is you have to deal with either getting a bunch of your friends together or dealing with randoms.
It looks like
And
a Cyberpunk
both
Payday,
of those are
so,
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'll wait for Humble Bundle.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it. But
Next up is the latest trailer for Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
yay, Space Marines!
Unfortunately, that did get a quite sizable delay recently, but
Yeah.
hopefully that's just so we can get a better product when we actually finally get it.
But we finally get to, like, waste a bunch of nids and have fun.
I'm so hyped for this fucking
It
game.
looks fun.
The first Space Marine is good, still holds up, by the way. Yeah, it's just so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Next up is Stormgate.
Which is
Alright,
like
looks pretty.
It's like a StarCraft thing, I think.
I think so. It has a very Overwatch style to it in the way of, like, the characters. Like,
It,
that not quite cartoonish, but not quite realistic.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
But yeah, it's definitely some kind of like...
It's an RTS, but it's pretty much fantasy versus sci-fi.
Interesting.
And I don't hate that.
Could be fun.
Yeah. It's definitely got a bit of an old school, like, Warcraft 3 vibe.
Which I kind of have been missing from games for a while. I honestly did enjoy RTSs. I sucked at them, but I enjoyed them.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that it's a
Put me in-
Kickstarter game is a bit of a weird one for me.
Yeah, a lot of RTS are these days because no one's buying them.
Yeah.
Next trailer in this list is the 4K version of Overdose, so we're just gonna... I don't really want to watch that creepiness in...
I don't want to see that in 4K.
4K.
No, I don't want to see the pores on their face.
Next up is The First Berserker, Kazan.
God damn it, Kazan.
I mean, it's a pretty stylish looking trailer. I don't know what you want from me.
It's very anime.
It's kind of got a bit of a mix. It reminds me, like, art style's different, but it reminds me of, fuck, I can't remember it. It's that cel-shaded one where all with the Four Horsemen.
Fuck. I know the one you're talking about. The one where you play Death the first game.
No, War the first game, Death the second game.
Yeah.
Fury the third game, and Strife in the fourth game.
We all know the game you're talking
That's
about.
good.
It's the name of the game.
That's going to annoy the shit out of me. Yeah, like...
Yeah.
I know the game, but it's like, it's not coming to me.
Oh, it's going to annoy me now. You know what I mean? It's got kind of like that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Particularly the way he moves. He reminds me a lot of the second game in that fucking series where you play Death.
Great series as well, like...
Yeah, very good. Would highly recommend.
Definitely. If we can ever fucking remember what it's called.
Darksiders.
Something Striders?
Darksiders, yes. Fuck. Good game.
I just
Yeah,
googled games
good
where you
game.
play as war, and Darksiders was the first thing.
Ah. Nice.
There you go. Yeah, I really like those games. And yeah, it kind of gives me... The way the guy moves and fights reminds me
Yeah.
of Death.
Yeah. If it's anything like that, then I'll probably pick it up. I might keep an eye on that one.
Next up is Zenless Zone Zero, which seems to be another one of the JRPG games.
Yeah, different flavor of JRPG. This one appears to be more tech than fantasy.
Yeah, so I'm in. Might keep an eye on it. I don't know. We'll see.
I will
Coming out for a
eventually.
while.
I'll eventually get the urge for a JRPG again. It'll be fun.
Now, who wants to know what the release date for Skull and Bones is going to be?
Nope, I'm fine. If it's not the thing I want, I don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah, no one cares.
we
No
gave
one
them the
gives a
chance to give us the thing we wanted, and it's like, oh, you want a ship simulator? No! It's not what we
the
want.
They just pointed out that you could only have up to 3 of your friends co-op with you in the pirate game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, even Sea of Thieves knew that
Yeah.
the best way to do this is let all your buddies onto one ship and go, wah!
And in this,
Yeah.
it's you each control a ship, so you're not just like one's the captain, one's the gunner, one's the navigator. Like, it's yeah.
It's dumb. I don't understand how you could miss the mark on what the community wants
Like
this
it's-
hard.
The community told them exactly what they wanted. We want a black flag without the fucking assassin shit in it.
Yeah.
And instead, we get this.
I mean, look, I look forward to hearing it slip from the February release date.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely. Can you tell we're
Next
salty
up.
about this game?
Next up is Light No Fire.
I
I mean,
it looks interesting. But it seems like a alternate
There's
Earth
tiny skeletons.
kind of thing. Itty bitty.
look, the problem I see with this is that it's a multiplayer procedurally generated game. So, I don't know. I just don't know. Especially when you've got stuff like Nightingale coming down the pipe.
Yeah, no, I think this is someone trying to get out before Nightingale hits. Because like it looks like an okay game, but you can already see issues in the trailer.
Well, this is also only a reveal trailer. This hasn't even got a date on it.
Yeah.
This looks more like a tech demo than an actual gameplay thing. Like anything to
It
do with
does.
the
Yeah.
actual game.
Hey, could be
So-
interesting, but
Next trailer is for the next Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Wilds. I buy these games pretty often. I really like them.
I do like Monster Hunter vibes. Again, I suck at them, but they are fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Monster Hunter games.
There's something just about murdering a giant monster like 20 times bigger than you. It's very fun.
Yes, it is. So I will probably pick that up when it comes out, but next up is the launch trailer for the final. Oh, my body rejected saying that.
I was going to say,
title
apparently
really
your
hard.
lungs said no there.
So this is for The Finals, which is the newest team-based shooter that's come out. Apparently it did quite well in its beta phase. So
I've seen it
people
all
like
over Twitch. That's it's not my kind of
Yeah, I remember seeing it everywhere.
I think it's going to be kind of fun to watch some people. Like, I feel like, with a lot of these sort of games, when you find someone who either treats it like it doesn't matter, so like, Womble or Russian Badger, they're probably going to be great to watch play this game, or people who are incredibly skilled at it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in the middle is going to be at all interesting to watch play this game, because its heavy feature is its destructible environment.
Yeah. So you need you need to watch either some trolls doing it, like Cyanide and Womble, or you need to watch someone who's just very fucking good at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're where the viewer of this will be shining. I do expect this game will I
will watch someone play this. I
feel like this is probably going to do quite well.
Yeah. It's
just
streamer bait.
Because of what it is. I mean, it's not just streamer bait. Like, it's the sort of arena shooter thing, but it has a point.
Yeah.
So there's something to draw the action together, not just hide on the corner of the map and wait.
Yeah.
And with that high level of destructibility, it should create some nice chaos. So I think people are probably going to get into it, but I don't know. Next couple of trailers are just 4K redos. Then we get to the Final Fantasy XVI Echoes of the Fallen and the Rising Tide DLC trailer.
Yay, new walking simulator.
I don't play Final Fantasy, so...
I haven't for a while. Since they started becoming hallway simulators, I kind of gave up.
This one's still PS5 exclusive, isn't it?
I think so.
So, yeah.
And the Final Fantasy art books that come from this will be fucking mint. I'll probably pick those up.
Yeah. Then it's more 4K trailers, some musical acts.
Oh, wait, 1 second. Did you see the giant Tonberry in this trailer?
Where was he?
1 minute in. And watch from there. It's like the Giga Chad of Tonberries. 7 to 8 foot tall, giant meat cleaver.
Thornberry King.
Okay, now that Tonberry, I believe, could kill me in one hit.
Yeah. No, I was just skimming through. It's that's a big-ass Tonberry.
Not like usually when you run into a Tonberry, where for some reason this thing that can just poke my ankles lightly kills me.
Yeah. Jab.
The Larian's putting out their deluxe edition of Baldur's Gate 3 with all their fucking awards on it.
Nice.
As
you'd
you'd
expect.
in the Game Awards with the Baldur's Gate 3, they were meant to have announced the Xbox release date for it because they hadn't done that yet. They went through the entire thing. They were supposed to at some point say when it was available. After the Game Awards finished, it was then a tweet saying Baldur's Gate 3 now available for download.
That makes sense because the deluxe edition announcement, because they're putting out a big physical edition to go with the whole thing,
Yeah.
has copies of Xbox there.
Yeah.
They must have just
They
completely
just didn't
fucking
put the
forgot.
dates on it, but yeah. So
I mean, it's a pretty cool little box set, though.
I think the next actual trailer is the Banishers.
Yes, Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, which I'm somewhat interested in.
I don't know what it's about, but it looks cool.
It seems to be you and your ghost pal doing ghost pal things.
Ghost friend.
But yeah, they keep not really showing off what the game is, and they just keep showing off other stylish trailers.
there's a bit of gameplay at the very end that looks interesting, but
they do that every time.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting enough to keep me interested in watching the next trailer, but I don't know what I'm trying to get on board with.
Yeah.
Especially given that it comes out pretty soon. Yeah, February.
Looking at this, it could almost be one of those co-op games where you don't see the same thing on the screen playing co-op. One person interacts and changes the other person's game. They're just looking at that.
That could be interesting.
From what I understand, it's not that, but I know very little.
Yeah.
Next one's Asgard's Wrath 2.
Which is an Oculus thing. So I'm assuming VR.
I mean, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it very much looks like a VR game in the trailer. I mean, I never played the first one, so I don't know.
I mean, this is definitely a VR game. It looks interesting. It's got some nice visuals to it. I'll give it that.
Next one is for No Man's Sky's Evolution.
Oh, okay, so they're just improving what's already there.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the trailer is sort of like showing how the game got better and better and better and better.
You gotta admit, they did a fuckload to fix No Man's Sky.
Oh, they did.
They absolutely did.
For the actual dedication and to release all that shit for free, like, holy fuck, did they do some shit for No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I get the feeling this trailer is more about. It's like, look, we did all of this, and we've still got more stuff coming.
Yeah.
So now's a good time to jump in if you haven't since the game came out.
Now's when they probably could actually release a paid DLC for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they absolutely could.
They've made the goodwill back. They could probably get around. But, yeah.
And that's it. That's the last trailer in this playlist.
There is a bit more of the first Berserker there. An extended. It has a lot more gameplay at the end of it. It's a extended trailer. But there's a bit more actual gameplay at the end. It definitely looks a lot like Darksiders.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm keen for. I love those games.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm actually like, oh, hey, a style I like. Let's go.
Stylized hacky slash fun. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Game Awards.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more trailers. At least there are no more trailers that have been uploaded to this playlist. There may be, chances are, when I link this playlist, there's probably going to be a lot more, like 4K trailers in it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two we missed, but that's like the highlights.
They're the things that stood out at the very least.
And while it's not in this playlist, I feel like we just need to like acknowledge that it exists. The GTA 6 trailer came out.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get
that
to play
could
it
have
on PC
had
for
its
fucking
own
ages,
show.
So.
Like, the amount of
Pretty
shit that's
much.
already online for the GTA 6 trailer alone is fucking massive.
The amount of people screaming and jumping up and down about it as well.
From both sides.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is fucking weird, like... God knows. What was it, like, Muskie and all those people weighing in, and... we have to talk about that next week, I think.
Yeah, we might say
Until
that.
it comes out, it's all fucking fart in the wind.
Yeah, it's...
Pretty
the only
much.
problem I have with the GTA 6 trailer that I'll say right now is that they're still targeting previous gen consoles, and that's a bad thing. Move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Move on to the next set of stuff. Fucking leave that
And they
shit
haven't said a
behind.
PC release. God damn, how can you launch
Bastards.
this game without a fucking PC release?
Because they did it with GTA 4 and 5.
Yeah. But in the
It's tradition.
You've developed the game on a PC. You've used a PC to produce the fucking game. You've then exported it as the installable for a fucking Xbox or a PlayStation. You've already fucking got it there. Just create an EXE and drop it.
Give us the thing. We want
One,
the thing.
it's about the multitude of hardware configurations. That's generally the problem with the PC conversion. And as far as the actually just firing up randomly, the Xbox compiler is the same as the PC.
Yeah. Give me the fucking
Yeah.
Xbox version on the PC. I don't care.
Nah, the problem is that they can't guarantee that it'll work on your
Yeah.
hardware.
Yeah.
That's the length of conversion. It always is. But indies who make lower end power games on Xbox have an easy time converting for PC because the compiler's insane.
But I want it now.
If you can make the game run on a Series S, you should be able to run it on anything from a fucking 1070, surely. On a NVIDIA, like an older fucking graphics card. This is just me talking shit because I want to fucking play it. I don't have to wait 2 fucking years after the console release for it to come out on PC.
Yeah, I fucking know.
That's the important thing. We're bitching because we want the thing.
Your excuses aren't enough for me. Yes.
That was the Game Awards for this year. People won. Baldur's Gate and Alan Wake seemed to sweep the show. Seemingly quite deservingly. And they're the trailers and what we thought. I think for me, the big one I'm hyped for is still just Wukong.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the other stuff in there, but that's the one that's like, oh my god, give it to me now.
The fact that we have a release date makes me so very happy.
I know, right? So yeah, I think and that'll be us done for the week because we are out past an hour and we didn't even try. We could have absolutely done more. Yeah, so y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.